Hi, today we're going to learn more about intuition on a body level. My name is Leah Chantel, and I'm so glad you're back and checking my content here on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more information on this series from me. Today, I'm going to talk about some key practices that will help you ground your intuition and get very good at picking up hits around you. And a big part of our intuition working to its fullest potential is taking care of our body. When we take care of our body's needs, then our consciousness opens up and we can become more aware of what's going on around us and what the best next move is. So we're going to discuss intuition at the body level today. Now, since I have been discussing chakras with you, our body level intuition works mainly on the first three chakras. So it's our root chakra, it's our sacral chakra. So the root discusses our survival, our sacral talks about our relationships, our creativity, our fire for life, and then the third talks about our sense of self-empowerment. And those three chakras are primarily involved in the body, although the others do use the body too, but they are our core three that are sensing intuition at a body level. What decision is going to be good for us for in our future, what's going to leave us secure or feeling very confident in our identity. Those things are like your basic level intuition that are really good foundational tools to start working on first. So what kinds of tools do you need in order to develop your intuition? Well, if you start looking into health, because we're talking about the body and health, you can go way overboard on information. There are huge books written about health, and they can be helpful, but they can be so overwhelming that you don't know what tip to start with first. Do I get a standing desk? Do I walk for 20 minutes a day? Do I do yoga? There's just so many different options. So what I want to encourage for the sake of intuition and taking care of your body in this first lesson is you want to keep whatever health practices that you're going to commit to as simple as possible. There are a few key universal ones that are really good for everybody. And so I'll start with those. First one you should be looking after is sleep. Believe it or not, I say sleep is one of the number one things that people miss out on life, that if we fix this before we even go into diet or exercise or anything like that, it will make a huge difference in your life. And it's actually one of the more accessible tools. Everybody can struggle with different forms of exercise or different types of diets depending on what it is, and it can be very hard to commit to a really rigid exercise program or diet. But one thing we can all commit to that's relatively simple is getting enough sleep. So my first tip is to stay away from screens or any scary content in the news or scary TV programming, or even just browsing or looking at your phone right before you go to bed. In fact, I think it's better, you can keep your phone beside your bed if you use it as an alarm to wake up or you need it for an emergency, but you shouldn't have your phone inside your bed with you. It should be on its own table or right beside your bed. And if you have a night screen setting on your phone or on any of your devices, and you really need to be looking at it before you go to sleep, then I recommend that you use that. But otherwise, I think it's even better to not look at any screens at all 1 hour before bed. If we all did that and improved our sleep, all of us would have improved health. That enhances weight loss, it enhances your focus, and it's just gonna make your consciousness better when you're well rested. You won't need as much caffeine. Not necessarily that I'm against caffeine, but you wanna just keep it down to lower doses of caffeine in order to be healthy. So that gets me to my next tip, which is you should be drinking lots and lots of water and staying hydrated, especially if you have caffeine, or if you are an avid fitness enthusiast and you're having a lot of creatine to grow your muscles, especially then you should be drinking a lot of water. And there are other tools other than creatine to gain more muscle. And that's probably another video in itself to discuss that. But it's a common one, so that's why I bring that one up. If you're taking creatine to grow your muscles at the gym, drink lots of water, and that will balance out your creatine use. And water helps enhance your consciousness. It helps you become more aware and awake. We become dehydrated very, very quickly before we actually get hungry or need something else in life. So we need to be constantly drinking water, and then that's going to increase our intuitive perceptions, our intuitive awareness, and we're going to be able to pay attention better to what's going on around us, or intuitively feel the best solutions to any problems that might be going on. My next tip is that you want to eat more greens, so leafy greens of any sort, but some of the really good ones are arugula, kale, spinach. All of those are really, really good. And any vegetable in general is going to be better for you, but having said that, the leafy greens are some of the best. If you're looking into diet and fitness and you're thinking about supplements, do yourself a favor. Instead of supplements, just buy yourself fresh greens. That's going to do way more in terms of your body absorbing the minerals. There's nothing wrong with supplements, but the problem is our body tends to go to the bathroom and get rid of them quite quickly, whereas we absorb vegetables more. We absorb the nutrients that are available, especially when they're organic. So particularly for those two, it's a good idea, if you can afford it, to go organic. Maybe other things in your diet don't necessarily need to be organic, depending on what they are, but those particular ones, you're getting a lot of nutrients and a lot of benefits. So organic is a good way to go. And then the next diet tip I'm going to suggest is that you eat a lot of protein. So protein is going to help you feel full. It's going to stop you from binging on carbs, which can kind of burn you out. Carbs convert very quickly to sugar, so that can spike your blood sugar, and that's one of your key health markers as to whether or not you're healthy. So I'm not saying cut out all carbs completely. I'm not going that extreme. I would just say pump the brakes on the carbs and the sugar and try to consume as little as you possibly can. And focus on getting protein and greens instead, because that's what actually sustains your body. Your protein is going to help you build muscle when you are doing your exercise regime, which I'll get to next. And the greens will give you the supplemental support, some of the best that's available. Although if you want, you could look into more supplements and decide for yourself what types are out there or what's appropriate for you, but I won't go into that in this video. I would just recommend greens first. I think that's actually the best way to get most of your nutrients. And now I'm going to talk about exercise regime. This is probably the trickiest part to schedule. And if you don't have some of those key components that I mentioned before, especially sleep, your exercise routine is probably not going to help you that much. Having said that, our egos get very overactive and they get very bored when we're sitting at home doing jobs or working on whatever we need to work on at our computers. And so we do need to take our bodies outside. If you can exercise outside and it's not too polluted or too sunny and hot or too cold, that's actually one of the best places to do your exercise. If you can do it in nature, your body gets the most benefits out of exercise. And we get even more benefit from moonlight than we do from sunlight, because we get all the benefits without a lot of the damage that we get from the sun. So if you have a safe space to exercise outdoors in the evening when it's dark and the moon is out, that's fabulous. Having said that, a lot of us live in climates that are a little uncomfortable outside at certain times of the year. So having a gym membership or an indoor gym in your home is probably a good idea. And you don't need that much equipment though, depending on what you want to achieve. Some of the simplest forms of exercise are simply going out for a walk outside. Yoga is also really fabulous for your health. The breathing really helps with your consciousness, it helps with your health. And so taking up a yoga practice doesn't take too much equipment either, but it has a lot of health benefits. But there are other forms of fitness, and you should investigate and do whatever is most convenient and most simple for you to do on a regular basis. Some people really enjoy swimming and they've got access to a local pool or beach, and that's fabulous. Or maybe you're the type who likes to go for a morning jog. Again, that can be really fabulous exercise too. There's a ton of benefits to jogging. Weightlifting is another one that's really, really fabulous. Building muscle is going to help your immune system long term and helps you stay healthier overall for a longer period of time. And when your muscles are in a rest state after you've been building muscle, they burn more calories too compared to straight cardio. So not that there's anything wrong with cardio, but building your muscles long term are going to give you more of an edge in terms of burning fat and taking care of your body. Not to mention when you have good structure in your body and you have good muscle power everywhere, like in your arms and your legs and your core, and you're doing a good fitness routine, basically any challenge that comes up in life, if you have to move or move furniture or maybe lift your car out of a snowbank, I've done that before. These things come in very handy. Even if you're just carrying a heavy load of groceries, when you're physically strong, it takes way less of your energy compared to when you're not feeling physically strong. So think about that time at the gym when you're exercising as kind of an investment in yourself. You're going to feel less tired when you're doing your daily activities, and then you're going to be able to accomplish them with a lot less effort. So when you go and cook for yourself, or when you're putting away groceries or organizing your shopping list or whatever you need to do in your daily life, you're going to have more energy when you're fit. And that's one of the key components to accessing your intuition too, because it's very hard to access intuition when you don't have your physical body fully in line and aware with you. So if you're feeling sick, it's really hard to get an intuitive hit about something. Or if you're feeling like you have mind fog, or you feel groggy, or you're sore, then it's very difficult to come up with solutions or bright ideas from your intuition when you're in those states. And that's why taking care of your health is so important. And that's my key first lesson on how to access your intuition. Lesson number 1 is to take care of your body. It doesn't have to be hugely complicated. You just want to look after a few things like your sleep, your hydration, your exercise routine, and making sure your diet has enough greens to add nutrients into your body, and then protein to keep you satiated, and stay away from carbs and sugar. Although I'm not gonna make this a huge intervention and tell you to cut it out completely, because that may not be realistic for everybody. I'm not also gonna necessarily tell you at this point to become vegan or vegetarian, although there may be benefits to that, and you can research that on your own and decide if that's right for you. But the main point I want to make in this video is that you should be looking after your health and making sure you're getting those core nutrients in your diet, regardless if it's vegetarian or meat. You should be getting enough protein, and you should be pumping the brakes on sugar, getting lots of water. Taking it easy on the caffeine too. You don't need to cut caffeine completely, but I would say after 2 cups of coffee, you probably want to stop if you don't want to be dehydrated. But some coffee can be very good for you, especially before a workout in the morning, so enjoy it. Anyway, I hope you all found this video lesson useful. It's just my basic key tips on how to look after your body so it's very enhanced and in tune to support you in tuning into your intuition and finding solutions in your life. There's a lot of benefits to this, and basically you could go for years and talk about health and the body and what kind of exercise you should be doing and what kind of diet you should be pursuing and what kinds of water even you should be drinking. There's even debates on different kinds of water. So if you like this video, please press like and press subscribe if you're interested in hearing more about your intuition in the future. I'll be happy to teach you more and more lessons going forward. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and take care. Bye now.